I'm Marianne Wilcox with Marianne's Cupboards, and today I want to show you my two favorite car appliances that you can use whenever you're traveling and save lots and lots of money on food. This is a Hotpot. It holds about 3.5 cups of water and will boil water in about 10 minutes and plugs into your auxiliary jack in your car. This is a Lunchbox oven, and this is actually an oven the size of a lunchbox. It heats at 300 degrees and you can bake everything in here that you do in your oven. You can find both of these appliances on our website, along with our Prepare for Family Fun book that has recipes and menus and grocery shopping lists to use with these two appliances, and our Also Just Add Water book, where you can take any dehydrated or freeze-dried meals or products and use them with your Hotpot. Today I'm going to start with the Hotpot and show you all the different ways that you can use this to prepare meals in your car while you're traveling. And because I don't have my car here, I'm going to be using an auxiliary battery and plug the cord into the auxiliary jack on it. An auxiliary battery is also excellent for setting on your picnic table or using in your home during an emergency when you want to be inside or outside your car. Okay, a couple simple instructions for using the Hotpot. The first thing you do is fill it with water. If you're using room temperature water, it will boil in about 10 minutes. If you're using ice water from your cooler or wherever, it's going to take about 20 minutes to do the same thing because of the temperature of the water. So you'll fill it with water and then plug it in to your auxiliary jack. You cannot use anything but water in this because there's a coil in the bottom, and unless you want to spend a lot of time cleaning, you're going to want to be able to just dump out the water and refill it as needed. Another feature of the Hotpot is the lid. It has two lids so that you can serve two people at one time with just the Hotpot itself. As the water starts to boil in the Hotpot, the steam might condense around the outside and have water droplets there. The Hotpot is not leaking, which some people seem to think that's the problem. You can use the Hotpot to cook anything that is instant and just requires water to cook it. While we're traveling, we typically cook breakfast and lunch in our Hotpot. We will have, for breakfast, we'll have hot cider or hot chocolate. You can do coffee or tea, any other type of drinks. We do oatmeal or cream of wheat that is instant, and then we'll add, or we can do hard-boiled eggs in my Hotpot, or if you have a baking bag like they use for turkeys, you can actually make omelets or scrambled eggs right in the Hotpot itself. Okay, for lunch we would do a cup of soup, and then maybe have crackers and a sandwich or cheese, that type of thing with it. Or I might do a lemon bean soup that I've dehydrated, or chili like I'm going to show you today. Okay. So now I'm going to demonstrate how to make chili using your Hotpot. Now I have two devices here, my Hotpot, and then I have a little pan with a very tight lid on it that I'm going to put the chili into. So I'm going to take my chilies, and this is homemade chili that I dehydrated, very inexpensive, and then I'm going to pour my boiling water into my cup. And stir it up and put the lid on. And then I'm going to put it in this little foil container, which is called a double cozy, which is insulated bubble wrap. and let it sit for about 5 minutes for the beans and the hamburger and everything to rehydrate and be ready to eat. Okay, we've waited 5 minutes, so let's see what we've got. Perfect. So it's rehydrated the beans and the hamburger and the onions, tomato sauce. It's ready to eat. Okay, in review, to use your hot pot, always fill it with water first before you plug it into your auxiliary jack. Only use water in it because the coil on the bottom will get stuck with food and be very difficult to clean, and also will burn your food in there. You can use any kind of dehydrated food or freeze-dried food, meals, soups, drinks, and if you have another container that you can put it in for it to reconstitute in, then you are all set. Now I'd like to show you how to use your Lunchbox oven. This is one of my very, very favorite appliances. It heats at 300 degrees, which means that anything that you bake in here is going to take about twice as long as it would in your regular oven. For every 50 degrees that you drop in temperature, it takes twice as long to cook. The Lunchbox oven comes with little foil 8 by 4.5 pans so that you can keep your oven clean. Your oven only bakes from the bottom so that you can put things clear into the lid height-wise and be able to do a lot of items in here at one time. This will serve a family of 4 if they're not really huge eaters. With us, we usually can get 2 meals out of this when we're traveling. The way that I use my Lunchbox oven is I typically cook dinner in it. And so I will put this on at lunchtime, and by the time we get where we're going for dinner, dinner's ready, all we have to do is eat. Now one of the big problems with this is that you can smell the food cooking the whole time you're driving, and so it makes you really hungry, and your family keeps saying, when are we going to stop and eat? So I wanted to show you a couple of things that you can do in your oven. One is that you can bake in it. You can bake bread, cornbread, muffins, just about any brownies, anything that you would put in your oven to bake, you can do that. You just pour it in your pan like you normally would, put it in here, and lock it up. Now cornbread typically takes about a half an hour to bake, so in this oven it's going to take an hour. A cake will take 45 minutes to an hour, so it's going to take 2 hours to do it. The other thing that you need to be aware of is when you open it, you want to open it away from you because it collects a lot of steam, much like your oven does, and so when you open it, that's going to escape and you're going to get burnt if you don't open it away from you. Another one of my favorite meals to cook in the Lunchbox oven are these little completes made by Hormel that you can buy in the grocery store. To do that, you just open your oven and pour in about an inch of water. Take the cardboard off of your meals and put them in there. And you can put 3 of these, stack 3 of those high. And then you can take a can of vegetables right in the can, don't have to open it, and set that in there with your meals. Put the lid on, lock it down. In about half an hour, those are piping hot, ready to eat. While we're traveling, I also cook a lot of meals that I do at home, and one of our favorite is ham and baked beans. So I use this little 1-pound ham, and it will fit right in the foil pan. And then I'll take a can of pork and beans, open it up, season it in the can by just stirring, and then pour it around the beans. Then I'll take and cover the top with foil and put it in the Lunchbox oven. Then I'll take corn on the cob and wrap it in foil and place it right on top of the foil. so that way the corn doesn't get down into the beans and get soggy. Then just lock it up, and in 2 hours your meal's totally cooked and ready to eat. Okay, you can purchase both of these items, both the Hotpot and the Lunchbox oven, on our website. They make wonderful Christmas gifts for those who love to camp or travel at any time of the year. And we also have a book, 2 books actually, one on dehydrating and rehydrating food called Just Add Water, and our Prepare for Family Fun book, which gives you recipes and shopping lists and menus for all types of foods that you can cook in one of these 2 appliances. We also have a class called Cooking from the Car that gives you these ideas and many, many more. So if you live in the Boise area, look on our website and find out when that's held, and join us for a great night of eating and cooking and having fun.